3, 2, and 1. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Vicky, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing my wedding makeup trial. This is the final look. This is what I came up with. I'm not sure if this is 100% what I'm going to do on the wedding day. It does seem a little bit too monochromed for me for what I had in my head. So I might do another video like this if I have time. Doing something that's a little bit more brown and not too pink. So this is just the first kind of like trial run that I'm doing. I am doing my own makeup obviously for my wedding day because I don't trust anybody else to do my makeup and be happy with it. Let's just get right on into the video. If you want to see how I did this look, then just keep on watching. So I'm starting off with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. I'm just going to put a little dot on my eyelid and then blend it out with the concealer brush. And then I like to pat it in with my finger just to make sure there's no harsh lines or anything. This is my all-time favorite primer for the eyes ever. It's really good to like not get creases, so if you have that problem, I really recommend this primer. And then going in with the Huda Beauty new Nude eyeshadow palette, I'm going to take the shade Teddy and put that on the outer corner. I like to kind of like stamp it on. I don't set my eye primer just so my eyeshadow could be more pigmented. And then I just slowly start blending it out a little bit. Also, as you can see, I'm using a fluffy brush for this step. And another thing that you might notice is that I'm keeping this color more in the outer corner. I'm not bringing this in all the way to the inner corner whatsoever. I'm keeping it more on the outside and going a little bit into the crease. And then taking the shade Bare, it's just kind of like a cream white color. I'm going to use that to set the brow bone area because if I don't, then it'll stay wet and then my mascara will like somehow transfer up there and we don't want that. So I'm gonna apply that just a little bit just to set the brow bone, and then I'm gonna use the fluffy brush with no extra product just to blend things around and make sure everything is nice and blended. I'm gonna take the shade called Spanked Kinky, and I'm going to put that on the outer corner with a smaller brush, but it's still like low-key fluffy, but we're going to keep that on the very outer corner. We're not taking this into the crease at all, just keeping it on the outside. And also I'm like building it up slowly. I'm not going crazy with it. If you work your way up when it comes to like pigmentation, then you just have more control over your look. So yes, slow and steady wins the race. Then going back into the shade Teddy, I'm going to blend out those harsh lines because we all know that harsh lines are the devil. So make sure you blend until your arm starts cramping. Then, oh gosh. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I'm gonna go back in with the shade Spanked and Teddy. Once again, just doing that process all over again, just to add a little bit more pigmentation because as you blend out, the color gets a little lighter. So I'm just building up the intensity a little bit more. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Crave, and I'm using my finger for this just because I feel like I can have more control over the color using my finger, and it also gives off more pigmentation that way. I'm putting this strictly onto the lid. I'm not taking it up into the crease whatsoever, just on the lid, and I'm slightly blending it towards the outer corner because we don't want any harsh lines. So I'm just being very gentle with my application of this color and being kind of strategic as to where I want it. So now I'm taking the Stila Glitter and Glow eyeshadow, liquid eyeshadow thing in the shade Wanderlust, and I love this color. I use it all the time. I'm just putting a little bit on the lid and then just using my finger to kind of blend it out. I used the Urban Decay Perversion liquid liner for my winged eyeliner. I didn't show myself doing my winged eyeliner because I find that really hard to do on camera. That could be a separate video though, but that's what I did. I'm just showing you guys that I put eyeliner on. So to prime my face, I used the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r primer. Sorry for flipping you off. Sorry. Anyway, I really like this primer because it's very hydrating. It's not the most hydrating, but it's hydrating enough for me personally. I don't have dry skin, so this is the tedious part. I use the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation in the shades 30 and 40. And then I used the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in the shade Moonlight. And basically I just do 1 drop of each of those on my cheeks, on my chin, and then also on my forehead, as you'll see here in a little bit. This is like my holy grail foundation routine. Also, I know it looks really light on camera, but I swear in person it looks perfect. And yeah, so don't judge me. Anyways, love this foundation combination. I can do a video where I talk more in depth about the formula of the foundation and why I love it so much and stuff, so we're just going to talk about that later because right now we're focusing on wedding day makeup details. Don't forget to blend your foundation down your neck. We don't want any harsh lines because harsh lines are the devil. I'm talking too much, but now I'm using the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer in the shade 20, and I'm going to put a little bit under my eyes. I don't go crazy with my concealer because that's absolutely not necessary, people. You don't need to do triangles under your eyes, just put little dots. I also decided to put some dots on the bridge of my nose as well as my forehead, just to kind of like highlight, you know, concealer things, and then just blend it out with a brush because I don't like to use sponges. Now to set said concealer, I'm going to use the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder, and I'm just going to set wherever I put concealer because that's what we're doing. And I don't find that this powder gives me flashback. None of the powders I'm using in this video give me flashback, so that's perfect for photography. Now I'm using the LA Girl Pro Face Powder in the shade Creamy Natural to set my foundation. The foundation already sets pretty matte, but it's wedding day, gotta make sure that everything is locked and loaded and not going anywhere, whether I sweat or cry. So just, you know, lightly setting the foundation with this powder. It also adds a little bit of coverage, you know, to take away the redness. And we cannot forget to bring the powder down the neck because we put foundation down the neck, so you know you gotta set that too. I'm taking the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder with a wet sponge, and I'm just going to press that into my forehead, down the bridge of the nose, on my under eyes, the jawline area. And I put it on the jawline area because whenever I'm like hugging people, I don't want my makeup to rub off, and this is my holy grail powder to keep my makeup on all day long, looking flawless all day long. This is the secret. This whole foundation routine is the secret to bulletproof makeup. So this is definitely a must-have on my wedding day, so that's why I'm putting it on the jawline as well as my chin, because everywhere else that I'm putting it are places that I tend to get a little oily, so this just keeps my makeup nice and not going anywhere.
5 minutes later.
Alright, after some time we're going to dust off all the excess powder that may have been left on the skin that did not get soaked up by my skin. So yes, dust off all that powder so that we don't get any kind of like white cast or anything. But once you dust it all off, I promise you, you are not going to get flashback, so do not worry about that. With the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder in the shade Bronze 03, I'm going to bronze my temples, my cheeks, and I'm going to put a little bit on the nose to add some color, some bronziness. And I love this bronzer, which is why I want to use it on my wedding day, because it's just exactly that, matte radiance. It's like not like glowy, but it's just, it gives your face like that glow from within, just a radiant glow, that bridal glow, but it's like low-key matte at the same time. I have no idea how they do it, but it looks wonderful. For blush, I'm going to go in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in the shade Dazzled. And I really like these blushes from Tarte because they last a very long time. So, perfect for wedding day. Now I'm going to take the Jaclyn Cosmetics Luminous Powder in the shade Carats, and I'm going to put that on like the cheek, the apple of my cheeks. I was trying to think of the term for that. The apple of my cheeks, bring it up the cheekbones, just because this is just a very soft, luminous powder. And then I'm gonna go in with the Dose of Colors Desi X Katy highlighter in the shade Fuego. And I'm gonna put that on the cheekbones because it's a little bit more like pigmented, more luminous, as well as the bridge of the nose and the Cupid's bow. Going back to the Huda Beauty New Nude palette, I'm going to take the shade Spanked, which I do not like that name, but whatever. And I'm going to put that on the lower lash line, on the outer corner. Basically what I did on top, I'm going to do to the bottom. You guys already know the drill if you've seen my tutorials. Then I'm going to take the shade Teddy and just blend that under the lower lash line too, you know, just doing the lower lash line things. And then with the same Dose of Colors highlighter that I used on my face, I'm going to use that to highlight the inner corners to open up the eyes a little bit. Now you're going to take your Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray and your face, and you're just going to spray her down. I really hope I'm making you guys giggle in today's video. Please give me a thumbs up, I need it. I decided to go ahead and just apply my lipstick. I used the Anastasia liquid lipstick in the shade Dusty Rose. Of course, since it's a wedding and I'm going to be kissing my future hubby, I need something that's going to stay on my lips all night. So a liquid lipstick is definitely the way to go, and I really like the Anastasia formula. I'm using the Anastasia mascara in this video because that's all I have, but for the wedding day I'm definitely going to be using a waterproof mascara because I'm going to be crying like a little baby. These clips of me putting on mascara are a little freaky and I'm sorry, but if you are curious as to how I got my brows the way that they are, I have an eyebrow routine on my channel that you should totally go watch if you're curious. But even if you're not, go watch it, give it a thumbs up. For lashes, I'm using the House of Lashes in the style Iconic, which are iconic, no pun intended. These are my all-time favorite lashes. I use them all the time. I use them over and over. Yeah, so definitely using these lashes on my wedding day. And finally, I'm just going to apply some mascara on the lower lash line because if I didn't do that, then I would look very weird. Again, using a waterproof mascara on my wedding day, and that's it. This is the final look. It was nice hanging out with you guys. I'm going to go work out now. So this is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. All the links to my social media will be linked down below, as well as all the products that I mentioned in this video, and I will see you guys next time.